Hey guys, it's Lorith here. It's been another week, and progress is grinding along, slowly but surely. The first thing you'll notice is that I'm not immediately beset by zombies, but it takes a few seconds. I thought about it, and if I want exploration to be a part of the gameplay loop, then that means there needs to be a break between zombies for the player to actually walk around and look for things. I plan to put some sporadic pre-placed zombies around the level, which acquire the player as a target from a closer distance, but that's probably a next week thing. Moving on, I've taken the current SMG drop out of the level because right now the player has access to 3 weapons for gameplay testing purposes: the pistol, the SMG, and the shotgun. I need some UI elements for this, but the player can switch between these with left and right on the D-pad or with the mouse wheel. Of course, controller isn't fully implemented yet because I keep forgetting, but we'll get there. Another small tweak I've made is that rapidly damaging a zombie causes the damage number displayed to grow in value instead of creating new damage numbers. Since the shotgun hits many times in one frame at point blank, this is necessary to have any idea how much damage the player is actually doing with the weapon. That's also nice for the SMG. Additionally, the upgrade menu, which is going through some changes I'll talk about in a bit, has a couple of things that are auto-populated by the player's upgrade list. I still haven't put costs or caps on them, but at this stage, since I'm making changes left and right, I want to see if I can nail down a good game feel before I really worry about that. So that's the quick and dirty on what's changed in Goddang Zombies this week, but I think we're moving in the right direction. Next week, I'll probably play with ammo and reloading with the intent to add a scavenging element and encourage the use of the pistol between waves as an experiment. I may or may not keep reloading or ammo long term, but I do want to toy with it and see if the idea improves game feel or not. Part of the point of these devlogs is to show just how rough games can feel when you start. I wanted to inspire people to not be as discouraged as I often was in my early attempts at development. And I think that even at only 5 devlogs in, I've really demonstrated how iterative the design process can be. And remember, I only put a few hours into actually developing every week, so most of this time has been me thinking in my off hours about what I need to change to make the game something that sets it apart from any other game I could be playing instead. So, bouncing back from Devlog 3, I've got some direction to move in. I want to take the upgrade system and divide it into categories. One for the base character and one for each of the various weapons. Then I might actually hollow out some of these buildings to have basic interiors for the purpose of having stuff to loot. Once all that's done, I'm going to playtest it and evaluate it. If it passes my bar, I'll probably share it with some friends for feedback, and then after evaluating the feedback, if I like where I'm at, I'll put in a win condition, and from there we can call the basic gameplay roughly settled. Once we reach that point, then it's safe to figure out how this will all work in a multiplayer setting. That's all just for a final prototype, of course. Many of the systems will still be in such a rough state, like zombie spawning, zombie behavior, most of the game's graphics. We don't even have sound yet. Progress is progress, and having a direction to move in makes me feel a lot better about the project. That's all for this week. Thanks for tuning in, and hopefully next week we'll start to see some of the systems come together to make a cohesive gaming experience. As always, be inspired.